Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Channel 6 and live streaming on Elk Grove TV Facebook Live. We're here for the second night in a row, which has been a pleasure to see some high school sports. Tonight we have Elk Grove girls varsity versus the Palatine girls varsity. I'd like to introduce a new sidekick for tonight, well known in the Elk Grove community, Bob Murphy. Bob, welcome.
John, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's great to be back. This is when you asked me last week, it took me about 5 seconds to answer you, and I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. I think the last time we did anything together was a badminton tournament.
Yes.
Which I will never forget. That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, it's what a great sport though, isn't it?
It is. Super lightning fast.
Yes. They got a wonderful badminton program here.
Yeah, it's a lightning fast sport.
And it is so much harder than it looks.
Absolutely. I think we tried it out a little bit, and it only lasted about 15, 40 seconds. Tonight, Elk Grove comes in. I believe they're 2-6. It looks like Palatine maybe got a late start on the season because what I saw was 1-2 for them.
Yeah.
We all know the different rules and regulations we have, so it's good to see both teams on the court tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Elk Grove's going to be starting Olivia Masnika, Lily Duckman, who's a junior, Branja Patel, Julie Masnika, sister of Olivia, and Alyssa Trausch, a senior. Palatine starting Megan Kim, Lauren Seeberger, Maddie Stark, Megan Van Brunt, and Kaylee Moitek. Yeah, we were here last night, did Elk Grove boys varsity, got a chance to see Max Christie.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. He played the first and third quarter, scored probably 20. It was good to see.
That's awesome.
D1, I think this is some of the best basketball MSL's had to offer
Yeah, no
in
doubt.
recent past, but clearly, a top 20 recruit. It was fun to watch in person.
Absolutely. And the MSL girls, once again, I always say this is the best conference for girls basketball in the entire state. You look just even on the east side.
Yep.
Hersey's ranked number 1 in the area right now, undefeated. Fremd is perennial downstate. Buffalo Grove is always solid. Prospect's always solid, and we've been solid.
Yeah.
And Jen's done such a great job with this program, and in a really tough conference, they always compete every single game. So
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Coach Buxton, correct?
yeah.
She is out for this
Yes,
game, not
correct.
sick by any means,
No.
but Coach Lee's taken over. It's good. He's been with your program forever.
Yeah. So Brian coaches. He's been Jen's assistant for the past few years. He's on the JV level before that, but he's also our JV softball coach, and just one of the most positive human beings to ever be around. I mean, Brian Lee is a fan favorite of this entire community. So, when Jen took her maternity leave this year and Brian offered to step up, I mean, what you couldn't ask for a better person to fill in. I mean, big shoes to fill in, absolutely, but he's just such a good guy, great with the kids, fantastic coach.
Yeah, he's definitely well respected just from many, many senior classes that have come through here.
Well, I coached against him. I was the JV softball coach at Hersey, and he was the JV softball coach at Elk Grove. And, I tell you, every single time we played, I took notes. I looked over and watched his demeanor with the kids. I watched how he ran the pregame, his speeches, and we had a lot of great battles over here. I was 1-11, just for the record.
There you go.
I was 1 win, 11 losses. So you couldn't ask for a better person to fill in.
Yeah, Elk Grove was down 3-2, kind of a typical start. A little nervousness, a little anxiousness, but both offenses look pretty good. One of my favorite players on Elk Grove's team has been, over the years, Lily Duckman.
Yeah.
Just a solid athlete.
Absolutely.
There's not much she can't do on the court.
Yeah. No, you know what? She's a 3-sport athlete. I mean, she's a fantastic volleyball player, and she's a fantastic soccer player.
Yeah, there's definitely some new faces this year from seasons past.
Yeah.
They're still not a young team. There's only one sophomore. The rest are seniors and juniors.
Yeah.
Palatine starts out with a full court press, which I love. Any little pressure on your opponent is good pressure. Elk Grove, if they keep moving the ball like they are, they'll get through
It was
it.
a nice break.
Yep. Bob, remind me, who was the guard last year that was the point guard that Lily Duckman played off of? Who was that again?
Megan Murray.
Megan Murray, that's right. Yeah, I kind of look at it this year where, like, this is kind of Lily's team now.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, you
as
know.
far as the guard play.
Absolutely, you know. And she looks really comfortable, you know. I mean, this is the first time I've seen her in this. I watched a little bit of last week's game, but I mean, yeah, she looks super comfortable handling the ball and running the offense.
One of the other star athletes in Elk Grove's program is obviously Olivia.
Absolutely.
She's 3 sports as well, right?
She's 2. She started off 3 and then she finished up 2. Yeah, or she's finishing up 2, I should say. But she's going to.
A little short. She'll get a little more on her toes. It'll be no problem going in.
John, what's protocol on the free throw for announcers?
What's that?
What's protocol and free throw? Are me and you dead quiet?
Well, you know what, Bob? If we had people in this gym, I'd say we could talk all day, but
Okay.
I'd feel horrible
Okay.
if I was saying something that not many people cared to hear, and next thing you know, we miss. So.
Absolutely. All right. So we're on the same page there.
Yeah. It's very different, as you know, this whole summer and winter and everything's been different.
Yeah.
But as different as it is, it's so great to have the kids out playing.
Yeah. Well, and just going back to, we were talking about Olivia Maznika before that free throw. She's going to be playing softball at Wisconsin Parkside next year.
Oh, what a great campus, too.
Yeah, she is.
Not far from here.
She's one of the best to go through this place.
Yeah, absolutely.
In softball, I mean, she's just such a multi-weapon kid.
Now, Julia's a sophomore. That's her sister. Julia's 33.
Yeah.
Olivia's 3. Julia as well, though. She plays varsity softball, does she not?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's excellent as well. All 3 of the Maznikas were their older sister Alex was a 12-sport athlete here.
That's right.
Yeah. And her mom is our booster president. And just a great family.
She's got one of the best Twitter feeds ever. You will be locked into Elk Grove high school community if you follow her on Twitter.
Absolutely. When you're just kind of when you send out a tweet and you're just kind of wondering, are people listening to me? She would always come in and save the day, give a retweet and a like.
Just to boost the confidence.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. You could always depend on Olivia Maznika.
They actually have studies on that now, how it's like, the kids, if they don't get enough likes or retweets, it's like, it's good. The world's changed from when you and I were in high school.
Absolutely.
You were a Rolling Meadows grad, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about you last night. I probably should have switched the games. You could have done Rolling Meadows and Joe Morton do this one.
Yeah, no, this worked out great. This is perfect.
Palatine's still in his full court press, which I absolutely love. Now, if Elk Grove, a couple clean passes, they'll end up with layups eventually.
Oh.
And that's if Palatine stays with it. Elk Grove looks athletic enough to eventually beat that press.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're passing the ball nicely.
Yeah.
They're moving it around really well. You can tell they're well coached on the press break. There's definitely a plan, and they're executing fairly well.
You can coach all you want to break presses, whether half court, 3/4 full. You have to have a couple ball handlers, and if you don't, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like Elk Grove plays a little 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
Fighting for the rebound. Good take.
Nice rebound.
Good rebound.
That's Alexa Joshi there with the rebound. Another multi-sport athlete. She's going to be playing soccer next year at the University of Illinois.
It's not a bad program.
No, it's
Division
not
I,
a
Big
bad
Ten.
program at all.
What's wrong with that? Palatine has a substitute.
So she took sophomore year off. You know, she just heavily committed in soccer, and there's just a lot.
What a
well,
play.
what a, absolutely.
That's a play, like you say. We've seen her come up for the last couple of years. I think she was playing and starting as a sophomore as well, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe in a freshman, but she just looks a lot more confident.
Yeah,
this
she
year.
does.
No question.
Absolutely.
Sure. Bob, we're bringing in another audience on the live stream.
Oh, excellent.
Welcome in. Elk Grove High School versus Palatine girls varsity at Elk Grove High School. We're about 3 minutes to go in the first, and it's a 6-5 score. Doesn't seem like a lot of scoring, but I think both teams, it's a little kicking some nerves around. But welcome in. With me, I have Bob Murphy, former. I'm going to get the title wrong. In my day,
assistant principal's enough.
It was an AD. That's what it was, but they don't do that anymore. So welcome, Bob.
Thank you. Yeah. Once again, thanks for having me.
I'm surprised Coach Lee doesn't come back with maybe just like a little 3-quarter press or just like maybe a pressure defense.
Yeah.
That's good D by Lily again.
Absolutely.
I just think sometimes if you let the team just do what they want to half court to set up, you're just kind of playing into their own hands.
Yeah.
Here comes the layup. Oh, how do we not get a foul there? All right, first quarter, and I have my first bad call by the ref comment.
You know, it looks like they got a little short bench tonight, John, on the Elk Grove side.
Megan Kim with a long 3 for Palatine. Scores 8-6. Palatine leads. Megan Kim shot that 3 to 4 feet outside the 3-point range, and it didn't look like there was any effort to it at all. Yeah, Elk Grove, well, they're not small. They have a couple 5'10", but Palatine has some tall girls on their roster, but I haven't seen any of them play. Obviously, number 11, Maddie Stark, she's 5'11", but they have a 6-footer too. I can remember Elk Grove always seemed to have one legitimate tall center for the last 5-6 years, whether it was...
They had they had the Lynn first, Amber Lynn first,
right?
And then they had Rebecca Candifer
and Solario.
Yes, and Solario. That's right. She was both Candifer and Solario. A good memory. That was good.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Man, that was good. I got a funny Solario story. We did this half-court shot for it was like a $100 gift card. And, you know, it was a bucket ticket. It was a fundraiser, right?
Right.
So it's a bucket ticket, and, you know, it went towards the boosters, and it's $25. We make $25 a night. Well, second time we do it, we pull her ticket. She nails it. $100 down. You know, we're 75 in the hole on the fundraiser. So then, like, 3 or 4 games go by, and we pull her ticket again. Drilled it again. 2 for 2, 2 $100 gift cards. So
you're still down a buck and a quarter.
We're down a buck and a quarter. Absolutely.
So it would have been a $50 bill to tell her to not come back to this ever again.
Exactly.
And you'd have saved some money.
Exactly. Yeah. We should have gotten insurance.
Yeah, right. That's a Palatine timeout, I believe. Pretty clean game so far. Palatine with 2 fouls, Elk Grove with 1. Nobody's near the bonus whatsoever. A minute 49 to go, 8-6 Palatine.
Well, John, if I'm seeing that right, it looks like Elk Grove's they're playing 7 tonight, right? And Palatine is playing 8?
That's what it seems to be.
Yeah. So maybe Coach Lee's playing a little bit of the long game, you know, trying to save some energy.
We watched that last night, Elk Grove varsity. Senior Brandon Burns, I don't remember him coming off the court until late with an injury.
Oh.
And it's hard when you have a short bench, and we'll see if that affects Elk Grove girls tonight.
Yeah. And Brandon committed. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's playing basketball next year. So that's super exciting.
Alexa Joshi back in. Just running a little motion offense. I think that's like the first thing you learn in high school basketball, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good play cut by Lily. The pass is a little at her feet.
Oh, nice move there from AJ Troush.
Yeah, good play.
44. AJ is a great softball player too.
Yep. So with Elk Grove's zone, Palatine's just going to work it around the key, try to find an open shot. And if the open shot doesn't come, you'll see Elk Grove stick into that zone. It seems to be working.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job with it. You know, it's the transition from the press to the offense, and then where do you go from there? You know, trying to get it to the bucket. But they're doing a good job resetting once they get down there.
28 seconds left in the quarter. Elk Grove down by 2, Palatine ball. Substitution by Palatine. Bringing in Kayla Moitek. Yeah, if they stick with it, Palatine will flash the middle and try to kick it out, but if you're not hitting the outside shot, a zone can absolutely destroy you.
Yeah.
You got to know your shooters too.
Holding for the last shot here.
Yeah, 9 seconds left. That Coach Lee.
Got a chance.
Coach Lee's might not appreciate that one. The one thing you can't let happen is baseline on his own. But they'll take a couple minutes to talk it through. So I had Joe last night. Bob, you're in a new position, obviously, but I'm sure, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I could almost bet $1,000 on your answer. You got to miss the kids, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's, you know, when we did move from remote to in person and we started having students back on a regular basis, you could just feel the mood of the school improve, you know. But you know, it's still tough, you know, because there's not everyone's back at the same time. There's still a lot of students that are remote, and then you know, we're everyone's got masks, so it's now getting used to that, right? You know, so now they're back in, so it's now trying to get into that comfort level of that, and so we're getting there, you know. It's starting to feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to guess by senior year, you knew just about every senior in your school's name year after year. So how long did it take you to learn every kid's name?
Well, yeah, you know, John, I wish I could say, you know, I was doing as good of a job. It's a little easier when you go to basketball games. You go to all the events. You see them over and over again over the course of the day. You know, it's easier to stick in there. But I'm getting there. I tell you though, like, you know, our kids have been resilient. You know, it's been a long year. You know, and I think our kids have been great. I think our staff's been awesome. You know, but I think all teachers have been doing a great job. Just with a totally different manner of delivering instruction. You know.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for everybody. Yeah. But like you say, it's good that we're kind of crawling our way back there.
Absolutely.
I think Coach Lee might have had a warning given to his bench, or maybe somebody behind the bench.
Oh.
I'd have to see how that went down. It was a quiet little talk by the referee and then some pointing. That's the problem, like I told you. Bob, anybody says anything and you can hear it, and you can offend anybody from 100 feet in this game. Rough pass. Lily was there. The pass was just a little bit behind her. That's probably a frustration foul. First foul for Lily Duckman. Second team foul. Lily's got 4 of Elk Grove's 8. Both Megan Stark and Megan Verbrunt have really cleaned up. They're using their height against Elk Grove.
Yeah.
On most defensive rebounds. I love how Elk Grove pushes to the corner to see if there's something there, and if not, they reset.
Yeah, they do a great job of resetting.
It keeps your defense
Yeah.
constantly on their toes.
Well, and that's that's one of the benefits of a press. You get the other team into a rush mode, and they take a bad shot. You know, because they broke it, and then they don't, and then they overplay their hand.
One of the hardest things to teach younger kids is when you do finally get that press break down,
Yeah.
and you break it, you're going lightning speed. You get over half court, and they feel like they have to shoot it within 4
exactly.
seconds, right?
Exactly.
And it's like, no, that was the small victory. Now let's set up an offense. And
yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Palatine up 13-8 with 6:45 left in the second quarter. Elk Grove's going to have a substitution here soon. Next whistle.
Looks like Pranjal's coming back into the game. Pranjal Patel.
Call to travel. I'm kind of with the Palatine coach on that. I didn't see it. I don't know how you can travel from a set shot position, but it was called. It's actually a big call. I mean, Palatine can kind of extend it to doubling up Elk Grove, but it's still at 5. Coach Lee didn't say a word on that call.
Kick it,
That's
that,
it. That's
hit
the
that,
shot.
hit that.
That's the
Boom.
shot. You call
There
it.
you go.
That's the way to beat their defense. They
What a great
collapse.
shot.
Once it goes in the middle, they collapse.
Julia can get hot. I've seen Julia get hot plenty of times.
Yep.
When she gets on a streak, she can hit a couple in a row.
Ooh, tough roll. There's a couple fouls. He's going to have his choice to who he's going to call this on, Bob. If we can get Elk Grove, you can't teach or coach height, obviously, but if we can get them box out just a little bit more, and it's easier said than done when you're giving away some height and some weight, but good form. That's Megan Van Brunt. Megan has 2 points tonight. Maddie Stark is leading Palatine with 3. Leading scorer for Elk Grove is Alyssa Troush.
There you go.
That's a good call. I'd almost like to see him let that go just an extra little bit. It seemed like maybe a quick whistle. I think Elk Grove was going to take possession.
That's one thing. It's tough to find consistency on the jump ball call. You know?
Yep.
There's a lot of interpretations on how many seconds.
Yeah. Palatine got inside position on that inbounds. And once you're beat, you're frustrated, maybe a little embarrassed, and it's really hard to keep your hands down. And I can see why that call was made.
Yeah.
Palatine's on a bit of a run here. I'd like to see Elk Grove take some clock off, get a really good shot, just kind of settle things down a little bit. Yeah, there's no rush. You're down 6. It's more than enough game time, obviously, being in the second quarter.
Got to try to get Masnika open again. Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, good ball movement, a little skip pass.
There you go.
There she is.
She wants it.
She's got the lane if she can take it. That's a good play.
Yeah, that was a good kick.
Yeah, good look.
Yeah, that was a great. That was. You know what? You got to feel good about that possession.
Yep.
You got two good shots. She's got to get out there.
Good rebound.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, rushing a shot, you could get that shot any time of the possession. If you can just work the ball around. I like Elk Grove's movement. Somebody will get tired and leave the defender will leave the offensive player. Just keep moving.
Yeah, it almost looked like AJ just faded away a little too much on that. She's got that tall defender, and I think she that's what maybe it ended up a little short. It's a great move. See? Yeah, she's tough. She's tough on defense.
Yeah, that's a good steal. 1-on-1.
Good G there from Joshie.
Palatine coach is screaming for a foul, but I can tell you I saw the Elk Grove girl hit herself is what she heard. Now that's a foul.
Good. Oh, how about it? Call it. Give it to her. Give it to her. Oh, he thought about it. He thought about it.
Yeah, Olivia didn't like that call, but unfortunately she got her with the body.
I think that's Julia.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's Julia's third. I can't imagine Coach Lee will leave her out there, but with a short bench, we don't know.
Yeah, she. You know what? She's aggressive on D.
That's always the thing. Do I leave out one of my starters and hope they can, throttle back? Which isn't always the right call because there's somebody on the bench that's so aggressive to get out there. They might actually play better.
Right.
Especially in high school ball.
Absolutely. All right, well, down 6 here. Try to keep it within 5. Going into halftime, and then hopefully Palatine maybe wore themselves down a little bit more than Elk Grove did going into the second half, and Elk Grove can take advantage.
I really think you're going to see whether it comes out of this timeout or at least the second half. At some point, Olivia and Lily will have a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
They've been in it too long and they've been playing too long, and they're going to have that run. And it's just can we play the defense to keep in it while we're waiting for that to happen?
For sure.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's hard to get scores. It's hard to get records. Everybody's postponing games. Yeah. It's just such an on the fly. It's a real hard year this year, but
absolutely. Well, and it doesn't. No coach or program says, let's kind of just take it easy this year.
Right. You and I both know that. Good form. That's number 10, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Allie Henning.
I mean, high school athletics it's competitive, and it's just the passion of the coaches and the community, I mean, even in a shortened season.
Nice move.
Everyone's playing like any other year.
Alexa thought Lily would be there, but the defender just kind of kept pushing her, riding her right out of bounds. Fortunately, another turnover. 19-11 with 4 to go. Palatine up. Going to work the middle. That's a good take there. Good rebound. That's an aggressive rebound.
Yeah.
And she draws a foul. That's a great play.
Absolutely. AJ is just so tough on the boards.
That's foul 4 for Palatine, so we're not at the bonus yet. Still with the full court press. Just got to move the ball quickly. That's it. It's there. Oh. I don't know, Bob. I was pretty much on top of that one.
You know what? I missed it. I think the table was blocking me a little bit. What did she not go to bounds?
No.
Yeah, I missed it.
That's all right though. Oh, I see. They called a foul on Palatine, I believe. Because at the time, that's a travel. At the time, Elk Grove had possession.
I bet there's some basketball coach out there somewhere. You know how the old when you would get on a ref or an umpire a little bit, you'd say, "Where's your glasses?" Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Somebody out there has said, "I think you need to pull your mask down a little bit." Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think so? Somebody clever has said that to
probably
a ref
early on, right?
In a moment of frustration.
Let that go. Good defense by Elk Grove. I've been noticing that their shooter, obviously number 11, she's definitely a player, Maddie Stark. She has been taking some threes, I think, because there's just not much in the middle.
Right.
And you can live with that all day.
Right. Yeah.
1 pass, 2 pass.
Yeah, she's at the top of the key a lot. And she's probably the tallest out there.
Yeah, she comes in at 5'10".
Yeah. So she just must also be their best ball handler.
Elk Grove, just stick with this offense. Keep moving. You're going to get an open. Boy, Palatine does collapse on that ball in the lane.
Absolutely.
The way
Yeah.
to maybe take care of that is just get it into the middle and kick it immediately out
Yeah.
to the opposite side of where it came from. We'll see.
Well, they, Julia was opening that up a little bit, but she's got 3 fouls, so
Yep. Kayla Moitek's got her third. She's going to see the bench for probably till the end of this quarter. Lily Duckman, nice play. Get in there. Nice trap. Palatine coach Sharp calls a timeout. Can't hardly see down that far. This girl's in the corner, in a trap. Absolutely what you have to do.
yeah. I wonder how the refs are doing with all this. I wonder what changes in their.
I have a good friend of mine that referees in MSL, Vito
Yeah.
Spadavecchio, and I had talked to him. He said the hard part is you don't know, like within an hour your game can be canceled.
Yeah.
You just have no idea.
Yeah.
You try to do your best,
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
glad
that's
to
got
get
to be
back out too,
frustrating,
though.
right? I mean, those are Friday and Saturday nights.
Right.
That's tough.
They're all glad to be back.
I could not imagine being an assigner.
No.
I mean,
No.
I couldn't do it. I first of all, I couldn't do that job anyways.
Well,
that is just such a
A lot of moving parts.
lot of moving parts. And those people that do it are so good at it. Fred Allman does it for the MSL, and I tell you, he might be the best assigner in the country. I mean, the guy is just so good at it.
That's a jump ball. See, Bob, we had a jump ball called earlier. Coach Lee's going to get another warning. I believe he's complaining about 3 seconds in the lane.
It looks like the coach-ref interactions haven't evolved in the social distancing as the rest of society has.
Elk Grove tried to break that press 3 times in a row the same way, and Palatine just kind of sniffed it out. Turns into 2 points. Palatine now up by 10, 21-11. Another steal by Maddie Stark. She was tripped, no call. Timeout by Coach Lee. Good call. We're dribbling in the corner again, right?
Yeah.
I watched a lot of basketball, obviously, and the one thing I do miss is being able to somewhat read the coaches and the referees' lips.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's being said out there. Before, you can see an Underwood by Illinois or somebody. You can pretty much tell what they're talking about,
Right.
but
Right.
it's not that easy.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot to be excited about. I mean, University of Illinois basketball looks great, and Bulls are starting to turn it around a little bit. I watched them for a little bit last night, so it's nice. And I went to Iowa, so Iowa basketball.
You got your Garza.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. I know you
Absolutely.
have a couple, an administrator and a teacher, Coach Gierman and Mr. Kelly,
Yeah.
Illinois grads.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're proud as can be.
Yeah. Coach Osei, Illinois grad.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Going to get a 10-second call if we don't start moving it forward. There it is. Oh, this is wide open. Good take. I think you need a little more of that. A little more spacing. Elk Grove gets into their set, which we say we like, but as each second goes, it starts to cram up into the lane. You just keep that spacing up. You got some shooters on this team.
Absolutely. AJ's a nice free throw shooter.
Fouls on Olivia Riley. That's her third. So Palatine has a couple with 3 that might come into play. Both of them are starters. Maddie for Palatine, and she's kind of do all. I mean, she brings the ball up, plays point guard. She can get it down low. She's been rebounding. She's had a nice game.
Yeah.
It's a travel. It's a good call.
You know what's another interesting change I haven't thought about, John, is parents can probably get away with a lot more talking from the stands.
You don't know who it is.
No idea. You know?
Yeah, Elk Grove's got to commit to moving the ball north and south. Once you come out of that first pass, you got to find a way to move the ball forward. Coach Lee might talk about that. Good thing about a game like this is clearly a Palatine coach is not going to let up on this. You get plenty of practice, game time practice. There's a skip pass. Palatine.
They going for the last shot here, John?
I don't think so. I mean, I can understand why you're up by, 9, and you're not in a hurry.
Right.
No, I think that's a great call because I really do believe that. And the coach is basically not in any hurry. If this comes back out to the top, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they're getting within the range here pretty quickly.
Yep. I'd be a big proponent of putting a shot clock in high school. I don't care if it was 55 seconds.
Right.
Just something. Oh, the lane opened wide, and listen, nice defensive play.
Well, this is going to set the tone for the second half here, John.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, if I'm Coach Lee, I mean, it's kind of a burr, but you find a way to combat it.
Absolutely. It'd be nice to get a nice stop here.
11 seconds left. We'll see some movement here. 21-12, Palatine. Maddie's going to drive that lane, I have to believe. Oh, called a block on Palatine.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either. She must have set a screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Coach Lee, if he gets his ball in, he's got 4.8 seconds.
This is Duckman.
Yeah.
Duckman and nobody else.
Timeout.
Lily's got just such a great jump shot. I mean, she's got
Really good form.
Great form, hand high above her head. It's just.
Oh, foul. Wow, that's the last thing Palatine wanted, right? So they're up 9. They thought they were going to get the last shot. They get a block, or a foul, excuse me. Elk Grove's got the ball, and now Lily's at the foul line. That's foul 7 on Palatine.
Absolutely.
So kind of blew up in Coach's face a little bit, which can happen. I know he didn't want this. Excuse me, that's Palatine's 8th foul. Great shot. 21-13. One more shot with 4 seconds left. Duckman cuts it to a 7-point lead. What a turn, quite frankly. That could be a lot of momentum. Long 3, hits the rim and no. All right, we're at the half. Elk Grove just had a little 4-0 run, I believe, so the score is 21-14. Palatine leads. Elk Grove had some energy at the end. We'll see what happens. Bob will be back after halftime.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Welcome back, everybody. Elk Grove High School, varsity girls, Palatine versus Elk Grove. Elk Grove's down by 7 at the half, but Bob, you and I saw it was like a little 4-0 run, and kind of momentum switched for Elk Grove a little bit. It's good to see.
Absolutely, yeah. That could have ended 21-11. They had a nice last 3 points there.
Yeah.
And a great stop on the defensive side to set it up.
It was aggressive.
Yeah. Looks like they're going with their starters, right?
Yep. I believe everybody's the same. I think Alexa's in there, though, however. Josh.
Oh, right.
Well, that's great to see. That's a good take.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you get that to fall. Elk Grove had some problems scoring, but I look at the lineup. I still think they have 3-4 legitimate scorers.
Yes.
Just Palatine just garbled up the middle. It's really hard to get anything inside against Palatine's D.
During halftime, I don't know if you saw it, but A.J. Troush hit a shot from her chair on the bench.
I did not see that.
Yeah, it was about a 55-footer from the out of bounds, halfway seated.
We'll take a couple of those.
So she's my pick for the second half.
I like that pick.
I think she's gonna be the difference maker here.
Yeah, Lily Duckman. I don't know. I think she was in the right spot. Just that Palatine defense has really been relentless. You notice it more and more as the game gets on. They're pretty organized.
He's been, I know Coach Johnson's been the coach for quite a while. He's also their head boys golf coach. John, as a golfer, thought you'd find that an interesting fact.
I do.
I believe he is also the best golfer amongst the MSL boys coaches, if I remember correctly. I think he's legit. Like I think he played college golf.
Better than Brian.
Yeah. Brian might hit it farther though. You know, Brian played Division I baseball at Indiana, so Brian can poke it.
I think I'd take Coach Gearman in a nice little match against the Palatine head coach here. I got Coach Gearman.
Yeah, she's solid.
Palatine moves it down low. It's a tough foul. Just giving away some size. She got back down underneath. And I believe that's going to be on Olivia.
Foul charge to EGHS.
I'm sorry, that was Alyssa. That should be her first. Good rebound. If we move the ball quickly.
Nice pass there from Patel.
I think Julie was waiting to give up the ball when she originally got the pass. She might have just taken off for a layup.
What'd you think of that no call there, John?
I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I think they only called 9 the first half.
You know, sometimes you feel like on those no call situations, the ref might say it went off Palatine. You know, just as kind of a little compromise. But that was a pure no call.
This crew's been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Now, if he felt badly enough that after thinking about it for a few seconds, you might see a kind of a makeup call here. That's a kick.
You ever ref, John?
No.
Yeah.
No.
How do you think you'd be at it?
I don't think I'd have the patience for the coaches because I know what I put some of the referees through. Never used any foul language, but you always tried to kind of outsmart your comments. I wouldn't have the patience for it, but.
You know, I've never done it, but I would imagine it builds some good thick skin on people. You know, I mean, it's probably a good rite of passage for humans.
Well, it's funny, you know, if you're doing anything like feeder or park district organized ball, you can hear everything.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And some of these guys are girls too, or are they good enough where they don't even have a facial expression, even though you know darn well they're hearing you.
Yeah.
But it's a good play here. She's got to get that ball up a little bit earlier, or AJ maybe just takes it to the hole. The extra pass might have cost him there. Coach Lee's working the same referee as he was in the first half. And he is not giving up.
Yeah, you know, I always did enjoy working with the referees. That was a nice part of the job. You know, they're always gracious guests. You know?
Yep, absolutely.
They never show up in a ref uniform.
No, and they don't leave in them either.
Nope. They must all sign something.
Yeah, right. Oh, good block by AJ.
It's a great block there from AJ
ball.
Strauss.
Oh, there's no way that's the right call. And I can't believe the two other refs haven't stepped in. Even AJ is asking. He says it's off her foot, and if that's the case, then he's got the right call. But from here, I couldn't see it. Sure looked like it was Elk Grove's ball.
Yeah, I didn't see it, John. Didn't seem like the gym was too thrilled with the call.
No, not that side of the gym anyway. You know, that was a good inbounds defense.
I haven't heard that collective groan in a while. You know, it was refreshing.
Yeah, it was refreshing.
I feel like life's back to normal a little bit.
Kayla Moitek just got away with one, which is just an absolute shove in the back of an Elk Grove player. But if you do it right, Bob, like they say, if you don't see it, it's not a foul.
Yeah, that's a great block there from AJ
Sure
Strauss.
was.
Great pass. Great job by Julia here running the offense.
I have noticed Coach Lee has him setting up in an offense quite a bit. I'd almost like to see maybe a semi-fast break or something just to keep Palatine from getting into their defense. Lily's having troubles here. Oh, nice recovery. She's getting boxed. There's the pass. One more pass, and we got a nice shot. There it was.
Kick it out. Julia wants it. Julia wants it at the 3-point line.
It'll be a jump ball, right?
Yeah.
If that ball does squeak out, we have 2 shooters at the top of the key.
You're right. Right. But, they were battling for it, though. You got to give them credit. They were absolutely battling down there.
Absolutely. You made a good point early on. You noticed, I do think Coach Lee's going with 7.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might have had a JV game prior to this, and that's those rules I don't understand. I'm not versed on them. I know there's playing time issues.
They've evolved over the years, and I'm even confused. But I believe where it was left when I left was programs did have the flexibility to play one athlete on 2 levels. So you could play a kid in a JV game and then also play them in a varsity game. Yeah. But that's one that kind of...
It's gray?
It's great. It's great because it's a different argument for every sport, And then so once you allow it for one sport, another sport with a different type of argument is going to make the claim for that same sort of courtesy, I guess.
Yeah. I almost think you see some schools that just don't have the same numbers.
Right, and that's the other thing too.
And how do you, if you can't field a team,
right?
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, that's a big piece of it too, John. If a program was small, they're like, hey, we got 2 options here. Either we run a varsity team, and there's 6 or 7 kids that get no playing time all year.
Right.
Or you allow us to flex some kids so we can play a varsity and a JV, so that these kids can get some action on the court. So, and you can't argue that.
No, not whatsoever. Coach Lee and the same referee are having a nice conversation. Yeah. I think they're just explaining to each other what their take is. But if I'm a betting man, this won't be the last of this conversation. Coach Lee's been a little frustrated with some of the lack of calls, or calls, depending. See, this is where I'd almost like to see Elk Grove just put a little ball pressure on. Maddie's been able to bring this ball to Palatine with no pressure whatsoever. It allows them to set up in their offense every single possession.
Nice kick. Good shot fake there from Palatine. That's a great shot.
Allie Henning now with 5 points. Palatine's got some spread out scoring. They have 4 girls with 5. And one of the girls, I think, has 6 or 7, and she's currently on the bench.
Foul called on Elk Grove's Alexa Johnson.
I believe that's her second. Team second.
I don't know if Elk Grove's gotten on the board yet here in quarter 3. We got to get some buckets.
No, I agree. Here comes the screen. Shoots a 3. It's a good take. Yeah, that size. The size is it's wearing us down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to get the rebounds.
Looks like that was a jump ball, and Elk Grove got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Palatine's lived on the offensive rebounds today.
It's a nice
pass it to
there.
Lily. That's it. There's the play. We've been waiting for this one all day. There's a push. Good call. First on Palatine for the half. Ball out of bounds. Baseline. Elk Grove. Let's see what they come out with. It looks like a flat. I gotta believe the ball gets to 33 or 12. That's a good move by Julia. It was all ball. She looked at the referee, but I do believe that the no call was the right call. I don't think there's been but 2 baskets in the half.
Yeah.
Elk Grove's by no means out of this, like we talked about. If they could just get on a small run, offensive.
Yeah, they do have them in them. They're getting pretty decent shots. They're just not dropping. So they got to get a few more high-quality shots and just start getting some luck
Yeah.
on the rolls, and I could see a little run here.
Coach Lee has been working that referee all game, and I will say that I believe it just paid off with an offensive push-off on a way to the rim.
I think she was out of bounds.
I do too. Referee was there. We're going to go with what he called.
Yeah, he had a better spot than I did.
Yeah.
But it looks like the parents had a better spot as well.
We're in the crow's nest, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to run their motion offense. This is
You know
gonna-
what? They're I will say it's been long possessions from Palatine.
Yep. Elk Grove's done a nice job, quite frankly, on the defense. But,
Yeah.
I mean, how many threes has Palatine hit?
Right.
Now, maybe that's Elk Grove allowing them to be open, but not every one of them has been an easy shot. Duckman's been playing Maddie out a little more tight on the defense.
Easy, AJ. Let's get it to Lily.
Yeah.
Get it to Lily.
Move up quickly. That's a good play. Just keep going.
There we go. That's a nice jump shot.
Need more of that, right? Lily's got it in her. There's no question about it. Good bucket.
You know, Lily Duckman's jump shot is what I think my jump shot looks like. You know, until I catch a glance in a mirror at a gym
Yeah.
and I see what it really is. But in my head,
Somebody's got video somewhere of your shot, right?
she's got such a great jump shot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's impossible to defend because she gets it off at the peak of her jump and she's got her hands so far up.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of motion to take time. It's
Right.
It's out of her hands pretty quickly.
How hard is that to coach? The jump shot.
You could try to teach somebody, and if they don't have rotation and
Yeah.
they don't want to learn, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that's a Palatine ball. Unfortunately, good hustle. I see a lot of kids. You see them freshman, sophomore year, and you're like, boy, all they need is a little rotation, a little
Yeah.
work, and they come
Yeah.
senior year and they still got that flat
Yeah.
knuckleball.
Right. Well, it's the old laying down drill and flicking it up in the air. That's what we did when we were a kid.
So we told our kids just,
Yeah.
take a few pounds out of the air out of the ball, right? Keep
Yeah,
it in your bedroom,
Yeah.
and just shoot to the ceiling.
I have my 10-month-old doing about 500 a day.
I literally don't doubt that. And when spring hits, we're going to work on wedges and putting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How's your niece doing, by the way?
She's doing great. Yeah.
Yeah.
She signed up for some tournaments, so getting ready for the season.
Good. Rolling Meadows golfer, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. She'll be a senior this year.
Good
So-
for her. Zoe, correct?
Margaret.
Margaret.
Yeah. All right, so it's 28 Palatine, Elk Grove 16. So Palatine it looks like it did expand their lead. I think it was 21-14
Yeah.
at the half. So that quarter was 7-2 in favor of Palatine.
Fouls are 2-2. Again, there's not many fouls called. The ones that have kind of made both coaches a little angry, but I don't know how angry you can get at 4 fouls in a quarter.
Yeah.
I still think we're in for an Elk Grove run somehow. I really do.
I agree.
Like Palatine, Bob, they're dressing, 14 kids?
Yeah. But like we said earlier, I think it's, it looks like both teams are kind of taking the philosophy of, we're all kind of one big team. And
Yep.
then some of us dress for JV and some of us dress for varsity.
Yep, yep.
Just they both seem to be kind of taking the same approach. So maybe that's something COVID related of how they travel and stick together. I know there's been a lot of changes this year. And that'll be the interesting thing, John, going forward is, so much has just been tradition.
The rivalries that weren't played this year.
Right. Right.
I believe I was talking to Coach Pena, and basketball was allowed 2 non-conference. So Elk Grove took Conant, and I can't remember the second one, the Elk Grove boys program.
Yeah.
Maine West was the second one.
Right.
An upcoming game.
Yeah, so it's just it's one of those things with everything in the pandemic. You're gonna really evaluate. All right, what some of these things were good, right? Like, what were some of these changes we made that
Actually worked, right?
right?
Ooh, Lily almost with the steal. Nice pass, Maddie Stark.
It's hard to change. It's hard to change policy in the IHSA. There's just a lot of governing bodies it needs to go through. So, and for good reason, right? You don't want You don't want constant change.
Can't tell if that Palatine foul or out of bounds. Nope, foul on Palatine. So it looks like Palatine coach is more than happy with having a long offensive set. That can cause problems, though, because you got kids that are aggressive, they've been scoring, and now you want them to slow down, and it's hard to pick that back up if you need to. Ooh, that shot was open, too.
That shot was open.
Yep.
Take it, Julia. You know, at this point, a couple feet behind the arc with nobody in your face, I feel like that's a pretty good shot.
Stephanie is working so hard underneath, number 20.
That's a great cut there.
Oh, you want that reward. I'd say for a good minute she was putting a body on one of the big
that's
plays.
Stephanie Quadapizzi has entered the game.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. What a just a magnetic energy she's got.
Yeah, you can tell she brings it on the court. That's
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. She's a junior.
AJ Troush at the table checking in on the next whistle.
She's playing tough, dude.
Good rebound here. He's going to call it off of Elk Grove. Palatine's ball. We're going to have AJ for Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
She should be rewarded for that play. She's playing tough.
Absolutely.
Palatine coach calls timeout. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14, if my math's right.
It is right, Mr. Walls.
I believe, and I think I said this, Palatine's only played 3 games, so they must have had some sort of quarantine issue or whatnot. So
yeah,
I think their coach is probably just trying to figure out what he has for the year. You know, hard to figure out what your team looks like.
Well, I mean, John, just think about, when we had that sectional game back in March of 2020, we were talking about before the game. There was one known case of a Loyola Academy kid, remember? And that spooked everybody, right?
Yep.
I mean, and then just think where we've come. And then Lake Zurich had the football.
Oh, that football was just a disaster for them, and not much you can do about it.
No, right. So I mean, it's just interesting. And now Palatine, we don't know. I mean, they look like 2-3 games, but it's unfortunately so common now.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
For teams to have to shut down and all close,
We had a little double team there. I actually liked it quite a bit. She came off it. I think if we stay with it, that's a good pass in, good move down low. AJ with the rebound.
Great board, great box, great
absolutely.
board, great D. She did all things right there. Tried to block the shot, immediately moved into a box out and grabbed a nice rebound.
We're going to get to 6 minutes left here. You're going to have to see some movement. Oh, what's the call?
It's like a hold on Palatine.
So here's where Coach Lee, he's working the same guy over and over, and that's the one you don't want the guy to call. When your player has a wide open shot for a layup.
How about it?
And he calls a reach 20 feet from the rim. It's the right call, unfortunately, for Elk Grove. But yeah, that was the 5 second. I think I'm close to 5 seconds. I better get rid of it. And one. That Megan Van Brunt, that is her 9th point, and I believe that leads all of Palatine scorers.
It's like Tiffany Joseph's coming back in the game for Elk Grove here.
Leading scorers Palatine is Megan Van Brunt. For Elk Grove, it's Lee Duckman. She has 8, and I got to be honest, it's kind of a quiet 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's done a nice job of knocking down her free throws. I think she's got about 4 free throws.
Yeah, good point.
And then a couple buckets.
That's a good play. Drive right at the defender.
How about it? That's what I want to see. What a
2 bounces on a 3-pointer. Got a jump ball. I believe that's going to be Elk Grove ball.
I mean, I think we got to see a little more of that. I know that was an aggressive shot. She had somebody on her, but like I said, she gets that ball so high up.
We're under 6 too. We're under 6 and down by quite a few.
Yeah.
There it is. Keep going. Oh, just lost handle. It's going to be Elk Grove ball if you don't touch it. Yeah, I think if we spread out a little ball movement, we got a couple girls that can shoot threes. 2 minutes left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. Palatine coach calls timeout. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14. 6:26 left in the fourth. 30-16. Elk Grove down by 14 And if they get used to that, little ball fake and get to the rim.
Absolutely. It's a good take.
Yeah, good. That's a real good take. You're taking it right at. Well, Maddie Stark 11 for Palatine is an aggressive. She does everything like we talked about. But Lily got a jump on her, and Maddie had to catch up. Hence the foul.
Well, they got 5 fouls now, so
Yep.
hopefully we can get in the bonus here and maybe make them play a little more cautious.
If Lily gets that ball in motion, that ball is gone for the 3.
Yeah, I know.
Another
That's
good
a great
take.
look.
Great play.
That's a great look. Great bucket from AJ. Great pass.
If
from Palatine.
Palatine does not score here, and Elk Grove does, I believe coach will call a timeout. 33-18.
You got a good timeout,
5 to
Raider?
go.
You got a good timeout, Raider?
Yeah,
Raider?
that's just past that. He's good now for another. I used to burn through them so fast, and then I wondered why I didn't have any left. Oh, that's a good take.
There's
Big
just a feeling in the gym, a timeout feeling
Yeah.
in the gym, isn't there?
I gotta believe it. How many times have you yelled at a TV watching a game?
Right?
That's a reach. That's not a bad foul because we're gonna need it if Coach Lee's gonna take a timeout. We're gonna need a couple more team fouls if we're gonna play that part of the game because we only have 3. It's not a bad foul.
We'll have a mask timeout.
I don't know if you saw the Bulls game the other night. I forget who they were. They were playing the Timberwolves, and they were up 3, and Minnesota had the ball with 3 seconds left. And Bulls had a timeout to burn, but the coach was one chess move ahead. He basically told the guard, as soon as someone goes to foul you, start to begin the shot process.
I saw that.
You saw that? That was a great
I did
move.
see that.
Wasn't that a great play?
The announcers were a little befuddled for
They
a
were.
minute.
Yeah.
Yep, I did see that.
And then he knocked them all down.
And that tells you the pandemic has struck when I'm watching NBA basketball.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the Bulls have been fun to watch this
Bulls
year.
are fun to watch.
Yep.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't, like the Hawks, you can't fault a young team that tries
Right.
hard.
Right.
I'll watch it all day.
Yeah, it's been nice.
So Coach
Yeah.
Lee's going to come out of his timeout. He's down 17.
Sports deserve a lot of credit, during this pandemic.
Yep.
They really, the leadership and pulling these events off and making people feel like life is normal. At least being able to watch professional sports.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and build some community.
Yeah, and you notice on the East Coast, some of these NBA and NHL teams are actually having fans in the stadium.
Yeah, that's great.
It's just great.
It's awesome.
I got to believe Palatine's going to take a little air out of this ball. I just can't imagine he's in a hurry to take a shot.
Right. He could probably soak a minute of possession.
Wow, you get it done to her. She's had a great game.
Yeah,
Number 23, right? Megan Van Brunt.
it's a great shot there.
That's her 11th point.
And they're still pressing, up 19.
Yeah. It's got to be a foul, right? He's just saying out of bounds. Elk Grove ball. Yeah, I've talked about number 11, Palatine Maddie, a lot, but Megan, 23, she's had a heck of a game, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lily, I think, is determined here, Bob.
Yeah.
Wide open
Should fight
shot.
him.
Oh, that's a
Good
good
shot there
shot.
from Patel.
Elk Grove ball. All right, let's see if we can come with something. Yeah, he's going to come with a little different inbounds. This will be kicked out to somebody. Up top, there it is.
How about it?
Kick it back to Lily. She's open, or have AJ take it. Get the foul.
Nice take there from Troush.
I thought that was kind of
Palatine's Megan Kim.
all ball. We'll take that call, though.
AJ Troush.
Just a little heavy. AJ gets her second here. That's AJ's 7th
shot
point
there
of the
from
game.
Trout.
Yeah, yeah. Still no press from Coach Lee. But then again, you know what? You have to have that practiced a ton because a bad full court press
Yeah.
can just kill morale.
Yeah, that's a good point. Never thought about it that way, about the morale piece of it.
Yeah. Some teams you're excited, and other teams you never pull it out.
Right. Yeah, they're definitely momentum shift moments.
There's Van Brunt.
It's a nice cut there from number 1.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to see a shot anytime soon, unless it's a layup. We always say somebody on defense will miss an assignment, and there'll be a layup. It's good to see Elk Grove bench rewarding good defense, and there was a layup. Maddie Stark. That's her 7th point of the game. Seems like she had more, to be honest. Timeout, Coach Lee. 2:44 left, 39-29. Elk Grove down by 20. Bob, I gotta believe you're gonna see a full change in the Palatine lineup. I'd be shocked if you didn't. Up 20 with 2:44 to go.
Looks like Quada Pizzi's coming back in for Elk Grove.
Good. She brought a lot of energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, with AJ graduating this year, you know, it's some good experience for Stephanie.
Absolutely.
You know, get some good minutes out there on the varsity court, getting ready for next year. Yeah, she's got twin brothers. I believe both seniors this year are both big time players on the Elk Grove football team. And then she also is on the track team in the spring. So nice to see her out there.
Yep. Palatine coach comes out with 4 of his 5 starters. I got to believe Elk Grove, the 1 substitution. Yeah, he's got 3 of his 5 starters. I always thought, especially up 20, it's a great time to work on something with maybe your 5, 6, 7, 8 players. You never know when you're going to need them.
Right.
You're going to a little isolation for Lily. The ball's off her leg. Yeah, that's a rough call. Palatine's up enough where he's not going to complain. Keep an eye on 20.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her get rewarded down low with a bucket.
How about it? She's looking for it.
She's begging for it. There it is. One more pass.
Troush at the top of the key. Good fight there from Pranjal.
Almost. Yeah, I think Stephanie more than wanted that ball. Oh, there's a little ball trap there. They got that ball in the middle quickly and a nice turn.
That was a nice call by the ref. He didn't. I was worried he was going to give her that shot there.
Yep.
But that foul did definitely happen before the motion of that shot.
It did.
But sometimes it's hard to pass up the and one from the ref, right? Just the fist pump, you know?
Especially when the kids are in the gym.
Absolutely.
I can't keep up with the vernacular or what they come up with. Just under 2 minutes, Elk Grove down 39-19. Lily's playing some good defense. Maddie Stark just knifes through 3 defenders.
How about it?
Should be Elk Grove ball. She's a good player.
What year is she?
That's a good question. I have her as a junior.
Oh. Well, and to be honest with you, John, maybe you know and I don't know. I don't believe there's a postseason, right? And they're just playing a set number of games.
I'm not certain, and I don't want to go out, but I do know, like, Rolling Meadows Boys is ranked 7th in the state. And there was talk yesterday amongst some of the fans and the coaches about how they could make a nice run.
Huh. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
So that makes me think that there's going to be some sort of abbreviated.
Yeah, you might be right.
Maybe it'll be a regional, like Central Illinois will have theirs.
Right. Right.
I hope so, anyway. Ooh,
yeah, you might be right. It's changed so many times. I haven't done a good job of staying on top of it.
Yeah, talking to Coach Banya yesterday, he was kind of still said there's so much in flux. There's no way of even coming out with any information because it's going to change.
Yeah, so. It's been a tough year to be
Yeah.
to be in a leadership position at the IHSA.
I agree.
You know, it's tough. And you know what? Craig Anderson, I got to know him very well in my time. He is he's an absolute pro, and he's very, very good at his job, you know, but he had a lot of no-win situations.
Yeah, under a minute to play, 39-19. Palatine kind of just, a little ball movement, seeing what they can get. If there's an open layup, they'll probably take it, but Elk Grove's playing some good defense here.
Yeah, they're fighting till the end.
I like Stephanie's game. I really do. She's all over the court.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just
Coach Lee
her
wants
in
a foul
general.
now.
She's a ton of energy.
Yeah.
Always hard worker. That's just who she is.
There's the layup we talked about. There's a travel. Good defense pays off. All right, if I could draw it up, I'm going to draw down lane, kick out to the corner for a splash three and let the 25 people here for Elk Grove go crazy, right?
How about it, John? Oh, all right.
Nice take by
Take
Lily
that.
Duckman.
Take that. Great take.
That's her 10th point, double figures.
Great athlete.
Yep. It's a nice take. Four seconds left. I like
With
it.
the shot from center field.
That's your A player right there, right? The A type. It's willing to take
Absolutely.
any way we can to get some points in.
Absolutely.
This should just be a throw in and a dribble out, I would hope. There it is. Well, Bob,
John.
thanks for coming. It was-
Absolutely.
I'm sure this high school misses you as well. It was probably good to come back and see some of your cohorts, right?
Yeah, this has been great. Thanks for inviting me, and it's nice to see my Channel 6 friends who I haven't seen in a while as well. Thanks for helping out, guys, and thanks for all the setup. We appreciate it.
They do a wonderful job, and they're having just as much of a different way of doing things as anybody else too. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Palatine wins 29-19. Stay safe, stay well, and thanks for listening.
Thank you.